My dear friends, time flows through our hands. We notice it not, and yet, when we come back to zero, we notice we have gone on 1 year. Indeed, in the new calendar, 3 years, for in the readings which have 3 years in the cycle, this is back to the first of the 3. So 3 more years of time. Time also comes into the gospel, actually the end of time. Now, at the beginning of this Advent, I'd like to be fairly concrete. All of us here, without exception, are in danger of missing the point, of squandering this sacred season of Advent, doing all very well, but missing its grace. Rather, actually, as we do globally in life itself, if one looks around, we do very well everything except what goes with us. So first of all, I'd like to just look back at the first reading, which actually is still there in the present calendar for this day. It has one bit which rings echo in the monastic heart, for night after night this would be heard at Lord's, chanted, Nox precessit, dies autem appropinquavit. The night is far advanced, the day is at hand. And then it talks about laying aside the works of darkness and putting on the armor of light. Now in that context, I'd like to go back to the calm of those centuries, to the uncluttered life that was actually on this planet globally until about 50 years in its present rate, 100 years as things started to move quickly. It's not that long on the mappamundi of eternity. We think we are the norm. It's not. We are profoundly changed as human beings in Western society with regard to our capacity to engage with what matters, what is invisible and interior. We are hugely disfavored. And so, when hearing again this echo through the vaults of heaven and coming from the Middle Ages and all those monastic nights, it hit me. Beware! You're too in danger. So I would like to take you back to those unhurried centuries. You don't have to do all you possibly can this Advent. If you are unable to switch off completely, to focus entirely, to taste the seconds passing and in them the grace of God, then you're outside yourself. And the Advent, the coming, is not coming to you, but passing by you in vain. And so, I was thinking calmly in these last hours how, especially as I look back on some pictures, in those years of utter silence, Christmas was very different. Why? There weren't any presents. Why? There weren't any cards. Why? All was orientated to the supernatural. The texts, the encounter in the Blessed Sacrament, which was each time Christmas, and in general, the awareness of these recyclic graces. For as one hears the Church Fathers, one celebrates with them what came each time to them in those same unchanged sacraments. And so do you see how hugely unfavored we are when it comes now to celebrating Christmas without protection and fully engaged with all that's coming at us through a multiplicity of channels. So the choice, my friends, is ours. Do I or do I not engage? Do I need this bit or do I not? Because it makes a difference. We are responsible in causa for the inevitable results of the quality of our interior life. Too much complication damages the soul. The word simplicity comes from two roots: together and bending, sun and the root of plex. Multiplicity is bending in many directions, and we are multiplied by multiplicity. Many channels drain the energy of the soul and the imagination and the mind until we are thinly spread. We can't do it. The Gospel warns us that time is actually running out. At the beginning of this liturgical year, we are reminded of the sign of the Son of Man. Then they will see the Son of Man coming upon a cloud with great power and majesty. If you go to any church of the Eastern Rite, you'll see that over your head. Look up. They all have a dome, and over the dome is a cross. But in the midst is Christ, in majestate, the Pantocrator, the Almighty, blessing the assembly. That is our King, and from that heaven he will come. So that is the orientation of our liturgy. And if we bring into that liturgy more of the same thing, including, yes, Santi and Christmas trees, we may have a good time, but miss many a grace. Christ is not well feasted, my friends, at Christmas. Indeed, it is not politically correct anymore to say Happy Christmas, is it not? It's a happy holiday. The word Christ is a nuisance at his feast. My friends, I would propose this model to you in Advent. If you can, you will. If you will, you can. It depends on the will. Do you want the fullness of the grace that our coming King has on offer? Then you must prepare the terrain. Do well the bits of love expressed in mutual giving and attention without going over the top. But then make sure that there is order. And that order is made of order in your time, in such a way that you ensure balance. So look at how the 24 hours go. Don't transform yourself into a screen gazer, but watch the Word of God, the tabernacle, and with the closed eyes, look at the coming King. He's waiting for you there, and I'm sure that if you do that, you'll have the true joy of Christmas, which is not meant to be purely human. And a Christian family is gloriously blended on both levels. Don't miss the grace. Calm down, do less, but do it with intensity of soul. If you're that way inclined, there would be a preparation this coming Friday here at 11 o'clock, a moment of adoration after Mass, benediction as we do on a First Friday, which calms us down a lot. And then looking forward, we have also the 8th of December. There will be High Mass here at 1 o'clock. And also, those who are in any way available, it's not quite so simple, I know, in a family, but we will have, because it's a Sunday this year, Mass as every Sunday at 1 o'clock on Christmas Day. There will be, as it happens, a small one, but fully sung in Latin in the Hermitage at midnight. There's not much room there. So for those who wish, there would be the possibility of having not Santi, but Jesus Christ King of Kings and Lord of Lords, who is wanting just availability on the part of the soul and not too much clutter. Simplex. I have heard many words when sound was not, and pondered long when song was gently heard. I have revisited great lands, forgot, and smelt a person in a drifting word. I have rewalked a yesterday today, in having naught but thought upon the mind. And I have hidden face a little ray of thine beheld, when light was left behind. For, Master, all is lost, but this one last, and first of all that matters, I have none, but one only, one small friend, too vast to leave room for another. I have one. I have thee, Lord, I have thee all, for I have grown to be but very small.